Okay, we're back. Hey, Evan, you're not Thomas.
Hey, Liam. No, I'm here for Thomas today. Just repping Telos Culture as always.
That's great. Yeah, Thomas, it's Easter weekend. So Thomas is out of the office today. But this is a great opportunity to introduce one of our other Telos Culture and Quarter Earth team members here. We've got Evan, our artistic mastermind at Quarter Earth and Telos Culture. Why don't you introduce yourself, Evan? Tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, I'm an artist. I'm a sculptor. I'm a graphic designer. Kind of an animator even. I do all sorts, and I've been doing all the graphic stuff for Telos Culture. So logos and backgrounds and advertisements and things like that. So it's been a blast. We've got some things in the works that I won't spoil quite yet, but there's some exciting stuff that I'm working on too for Telos Culture.
Yeah, lots of exciting stuff. I know. I guess the biggest hint is, NFTs obviously are involved.
I wasn't even sure if we should say it, but yeah, we're working
you're
on
a graphic guy, so yeah, people can, I guess, read between the lines enough there. Yeah, we got still Thomas here in the comments, so
Hey,
that's great
Thomas.
to see. Hey, Thomas, thanks for coming out. We got some great
couple
people
Thomases
here.
in the comments.
We got Battle of the Thomases. Yeah, this is fantastic. Great to see you all. We've got Shifra here as well. Shifra just had to work a proposal that passed. Congratulations on that.
Congrats.
The Project Barusha, I believe is what it was. Yeah, lots of some good people here. We've got Sura, good vibes every day. Yeah, this is going to be great, guys. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I'm coming to you from Quebec in Canada. We've got Thomas here, as he said, from Sarnia, Ontario. Evan, where are you at right now?
I'm in the little London, Ontario.
Nice.
The Great Lakes.
The less cool London.
In the middle of the Great Lakes. Pardon me?
The less cool London.
Yes, or more cool, depending on how you're measuring.
That's true. Definitely more cold. We got Madi from the Area X team. We're actually going to have him on Telos Culture in our Telegram group later this, I think it's next week, middle of next week, the 20th. They're going to be coming on and joining us. Area X is a great platform in the Telos ecosystem, really helping, grow the culture. So yeah, it's going to be fun. We got Bay Area here, Shifra, California. That's great. A little jealous. Sounds
Definitely
gorgeous.
Jealous.
Well, we should jump into the news because I don't want to keep our guest waiting too long.
For sure.
And guys, if you're watching, make sure that you subscribe, hit the bell notification so you get notified when we go live, and follow our socials. Let me see if I can grab our links here and drop them in the chat. The best way, as always, to support us and all the other fantastic block producers that we have on Telos is to vote for us as a validator candidate. We'd really appreciate the support. If you consider that, you can head over to EOS Authority and do that there. You can do it in Anchor. You can do it in the Decide voter mobile app. Lots of places to do it. We always appreciate the support. Before we jump in, I had a last-minute Twitter blast that people from the OmniDojo team, who are part of the OmniDex community, have donated 5 OmniDojo NFTs to give away at this event. So me and Evan were brainstorming a bit back and forth before this show on what we can do to give them away, and we figured let's get people to describe the OmniDex platform in 5 emojis or less in the comments, and at the very end we're going to have TJ go through and pick his favorites, and you guys will win an OmniDojo NFT. That's right, right? Did I get it right, Evan?
You got it right. 5
Cool.
emojis or less. Describe OmniDex as best you can. Have fun with it.
Great. All right. Well, let's jump into the news, and I think let's just go through it quick because I do want to bring in TJ, and it's going to be fun, guys. So remember to just drop your emojis in the bottom. 5 emojis or less. What is OmniDex? It's going to be fun. Let's get into the news, and I'm going to pull back our music here.
Awesome. Take it away, Liam.
All right. So first up, and this is one of the biggest things this week, we've got the finalists announced for the Telos Spark Hackathon. We're actually, normally Fridays are interview days, but we made an exception, and we're going to bring in Kirsten on Monday for a special interview. He's from the TCD, the Telos Core developers, and we're going to talk about Telos Spark and the highlights there. There's 6 finalists, I believe. Picking 5 was just a little bit too tricky. 6 finalists. We've got Cluist, a metaverse project at Telos Spark Bridge, which lets tokens bridge from Telos Native to Telos EVM. Cheetah, a lending protocol. Refund, an expense tool for DAOs. Telos Build, a fundraising platform, and for the Telos EVM. And Shijiro, a Telos Native Yield Optimizer. I think I got that right. I believe there was one other one too. So I apologize. I think I'm missing a note on that one. But what happened was, I think there was it was a Cube verse or Cube something that went out, and they found it afterwards. It didn't meet all of the requirements, so they pulled it. But then they had another one in its place that they've awarded some prizes to as well. But Telos Hackathon. We're going to have more details on that on Monday when we have Kirsten from the Telos Core developers coming in to join us. So be sure to be here at 4 p.m. UTC on Monday to learn more.
For sure. That's very exciting to hear about. We've also got Kudo, a proof of gameplay platform built on Telos. It's added support for PC games. So it's live on testnet, but it's planning to move to mainnet very soon. Previously, games were available on Android and iOS only, so PC is a big upgrade, more cross-platform compatibility. And 2 games, Beat It and Frostbite, are now available to play on desktop.
That's awesome. I think that's really cool. And kind of what's also fun about that is it opens up the potential for Kudo to really bridge into, I think, more intensive games potentially. I don't know if that's what they're thinking, but you can only do so much on mobile gaming. So when you start to add that PC support, it makes it possible to do a lot more, I would think. Kudo's killing it right now, guys. If you haven't checked them out, look them up. They're really fun. What else do we have here? We've got the hashtag YTelos contest launching. This is a fun one. There's some great prizes, 2 tickets to Consensus, as well as NFTs that are handpicked by the big GUI himself. Check out last week's episode of the Telos Buzz if you want to see a special interview with the big GUI.
So tell us what YTelos is. What exactly do we have to do to win these NFTs?
Well, you have to tweet or make a video about hashtag YTelos. What you love about Telos, I believe, is kind of what it is, what it means to you, why you love it. There's 2 kind of entry tiers. You can tweet something out, and that's sort of what's going to let you win these NFTs, or you can make a video and sort of meet the requirements they have there, and then you're going to be entered to win, a ticket to Consensus in Texas, where the Telos Foundation and other members of the Telos core team are going to be at. So that's a really cool contest. I think it's the biggest contest we've really run on Telos, given those prizes, and it runs until May 4th. So there's plenty of time, but it just went out on the Telos Medium channel and the Twitter as well. So go check that out, guys. Yeah,
and May the 4th be with you.
Oh, right. Yeah. May the 4th be with you, indeed. Great. I'm loving these. Speaking of contests, I'm loving these emojis that we are getting in the comments so far. Keep them coming, guys. This is fun. All right.
He's at Julian. It's got to be 5 emojis or less. I see 8 if I include all of them.
That's yeah. You got to cut a couple out there. We'll give you another try. Get it down to 5.
All right. Speaking of, the cardinal rules, remember to stay safe, guys. A fake Telos Telegram group has appeared. So, make sure that when you click on the group details, you're in the Hello Telos group with the title Telos Community. Nothing else. Announcements, community members, and more were copied from the official Telos Community Telegram. So be careful. Of course, admins will never DM you. And please don't send your private keys to anyone who asks for them. Yeah, kind of obvious. Cardinal rules, guys. But please be careful for real. It's easy sometimes to make a simple mistake, especially when they've gone to the trouble of copying everything that we know and love.
Oh man, that one is a wild one. And I want to talk about that for a second. But first, I have to apologize because I thought I muted my mic and then I just like snorted. And it was not muted. I found out yesterday I have COVID, which is a fun one. So low-key dying here, but we're living. And I apologize for everyone's eardrums who had to hear my sniffling in the mic. But it'll become a meme probably. I don't know. But anyways, the Telegram group was wild. I've never seen a scam like that. So watch out. They didn't just it's one thing when you have the fake community members DMing you. These guys made a whole group. They added about like 10,000 fake users to it, and then like cloned community members, and had fake conversations going back and forth with people from our community.
That's actually nutty.
I always say you've made it when you've got a scammer kind of, cloning your profile. And so, a lot of our community members made it to the big leagues, I think, during that scam. But watch out. You got to be careful. People from the Telos core team will never DM you directly. Always reach out to them first. And no one will ever ask you for your private keys or anything like that. So be really careful when you're out there.
So just double checking, Liam, you're telling me not to post my private keys in the Telegram group chat?
Don't put your private keys in the Telegram group chat. Not
even our public one, or just in our regular public one. Only in Hello Telos, right?
No, nowhere. Like they're private keys, so best to keep them private. Thanks, Shifra, for your kind words. It's very nice. I appreciate the get well soon memos. I'm actually not feeling too bad, all things considered. Built different, maybe. I don't know. Let's keep going. Actually, I think that's the end of our news segment. We want to keep this quick and short again, just because we've got the OmniDex team. Well, TJ in specific from OmniDex is here to join us and talk with us a little bit about his platform. Again, every Friday, we're going to bring in a project from the ecosystem, whether they're just a general project or someone with some news going on, just to, get people introduced and get them learning more. We've already got some great submissions here. Once again, tell us, describe the OmniDex platform, 5 emojis or less. You're going to win an OmniDojo NFT at the very end here. Cole, great one here, but we got 6 emojis. Let's try again. Let's get her down to 5. I'm going to be stingy on the rules.
Yeah.
That said, if we only get a few, we'll maybe be a little more lenient. But you can keep trying again, guys. Let's bring in TJ without further ado. TJ, how's it going?
Oh, I think I was muted. Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. Yeah, good to be here.
Great to see you. Good. It's been a while since I think we last had the chance to connect. So lots of stuff has happened in your platform lately, eh?
Yeah, I mean, last time we spoke, that was just after the launch of the exchange. And now I guess our next really big milestone, which has been the launch of the lending platform. So yeah, I mean, we're pretty excited about that. It's just been out, I guess, just over 24 hours.
Wild.
So yeah, pretty exciting times, really.
So cool that your lending is live. That's something that I think people in the ecosystem have been wanting for a while, and we're going to jump into that a bit at the end. Before we do, though, for anyone who's not aware of you, maybe you can tell us a little bit about OmniLend, what it does, and why the community should be pumped about the launch.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, OmniLend is based on the Aave protocol. So Aave is a decentralized lending platform where you can lend and borrow whitelisted assets. And this really enables like a whole different selection of sort of investment opportunities that aren't currently available on the EVM on Telos. So this is a pretty big step forward. I mean, lending platforms in general are just very important cornerstones of any successful network. So the fact that OmniDex is bringing this functionality to the Telos EVM should be very exciting for a lot of people that use the network. In general, like lending platforms attract a huge amount of value. If you look at, say, Phantom or Avalanche, literally like a matter of days after their first lending platforms launched, their TVL shot through the roof. And I mean, we might not necessarily see that with Telos, considering the current overall market conditions, but I think over time we'll start to see a lot more value coming into the network because of this functionality, because of the lending.
Right.
That's awesome.
Huge.
Yeah.
How do you see the average Telos user making use of OmniLend?
Yeah, so I guess like it depends on your risk appetite. So you could use it in a number of different ways, really. So if you're not like a DeFi degen and you don't really like this is sort of new to you, then you could just simply like take your USDC, take your Telos, and then deposit it to the platform and just start earning like a really easy passive yield. So like I think like this morning the APY for lending USDC was over 50%.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty insane. And the reason for that was there's lots of borrowers in the market, but not enough lenders. So when it gets to a point where there are too many borrowers in the market, the interest rates gets really good for lenders. So it becomes really profitable to lend out your tokens. But since then, more liquidity has come into the market. But I think you can still earn maybe 2 or 3% passive income just on offering like lending out your tokens. So that's like one strategy that you could use, very low risk, and I guess sort of low reward, but still probably worth doing instead of just having your token sitting in your wallet.
Right. Instead of just holding onto it, you're making interest on it as well. Yeah,
exactly. And then like if you want to get a bit further down the rabbit hole, you could like I guess you could deposit, say, Telos of Karma as collateral, and then you could borrow, say, a different token such as USDC with your Telos or with whatever token, and then you could say convert that USDC that you're borrowing into a different token such as Telos, and then your debt is denominated in USDC, but you're exposed to Telos. So if Telos then does really well during the period where you've taken out your loan, you'll be exposed to that price, the price going up. And then when you need to go back and repay your loan, you convert your Telos back into USDC, pay back your loan, and then you profit the difference if Telos has done well during that period. And so yeah, I mean, there's quite a few different I guess strategies you could do. You could take if you see on our exchange on OmniDex that you could farm Telos USDC for 60% APR, which I think that's the current rate, and you see you can borrow USDC for only like 2%. Then it might make a lot of sense to you to borrow this USDC and then go and farm it for a way higher APR.
Right.
And it's just pretty easy way to make a bit of safe money.
I have to jump in there and just say, not financial advice. Do your own research, of course, always. Because I didn't say that at the beginning of this, but no, really cool to see that functionality in the platform now. That must be exciting for you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a huge milestone for the team. I think I saw Tom in the chat down there, but yeah, Tom has done a great job at really designing the front end for the lending platform. So the whole new design, the reason that's looking also like slick is because of Tom, and then in the back end as well, we've got Tech, and you might know Tech from OmniDex Telegram group, but yeah, he's ex Microsoft. He's a very smart guy, and so
Wow.
he was able to port this code over, which is a really complex application, and bring it to the Telos EVM.
That's great. We got a question here from actually Brian C. He's part of the Telos Culture team, actually, but he's wondering what the collateral percentage is, or is there somewhere people can find that information if you don't have it on hand right now?
Yeah, so it will say when you're depositing what like the maximum loan to value you can get on different assets. So it depends on what you're using as collateral. So for example, if you're using your Karma as collateral, because it's a risky asset, you can only borrow, say, like 25% of the value of the collateral you put down. So you put $100 of Karma as collateral, you can maybe borrow $25. But say on a less risky asset such as Ethereum or like USDC, you could borrow maybe $80 with your $100. So it's just dependent on how risky we think the asset is, and we're following the same risk framework that that Aave does to make sure that like any potential risk is mitigated as much as possible.
That makes sense. Well, how are you feeling now that it's been live for a day?
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, it's great to get out of the door, and I'm pleased it was like a pretty it's a pretty smooth launch. Nothing went wrong.
Yeah.
So that was the main thing really. That we just got it out. I think the docs were really clear. So I think for the most part, people understood how to use it from the get go. And the feedback so far has been really great. And of course, it's fantastic to see that we've now got almost $500,000 locked in the platform, locked in the lending side of the platform.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's a huge milestone.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
That is a really big milestone for you guys to be hitting $500,000 of TVL. So really great to see that happening on the Telos EVM and Telos ecosystem. You know, I think a year ago that would have been unimaginable for us, right? So it's just so exciting that you're bringing that here.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like the last few months, if you compare to November, when there was like the EVM sort of just got started, you know, you had some meme coins popping up here and there. And then now you've got like sort of bigger projects starting to get interested. It feels like there's news popping up every other day about a new project that's going to be coming over to Telos, which, I mean, that's going to be great. Once the whole market picks up in general, when everything recovers, I think Telos will be primed in a really, really good position to do quite well.
Totally. I'm going to pull up a comment here just from Thomas. Thomas here in response to Brian's question earlier is you can see it on the asset page. And thank you, MC. He's saying that our pop-ups are fire. Appreciate it. Evan, you got any other questions on your end?
You know, I do. I feel kind of like this one's already been answered. So actually, I'm going to just ask Big Gooey's question. Are you going to introduce an NFT market, do you think?
Yeah, possibly. It was an idea we were playing around with for a bit. It's still on our radar. However, we don't want to spread ourselves too thin and become a too generalized platform. We want to make sure that we do have a focus on, you know, DeFi in particular. And as there's already other services such as Tofu and Area X, I think for the time being, it wouldn't be a very big competitive advantage for us to provide that service. So unless we can find a way that we can create NFTs that are like financial products, it wouldn't really, it would sort of be a distraction from our main vision for what we want OmniDex to be.
For sure. I think we can all appreciate that that kind of laser focus you have on DeFi.
Yeah.
And, you know, I will ask that last question we had, which is just why is OmniLend important for Telos and OmniDex? I do think you kind of answered this a little bit already, but, you know, let's put it out there and just really cement it.
Yeah, okay. So the reason that OmniLend is so important for OmniDex in particular is because, well, mainly that if you look at what the biggest drivers of liquidity you have like for projects, you've got exchanges and you've got lending platforms. So for example, if you look at, say, Uniswap on Ethereum, you'll see that its TVL is probably around 3 or 4 billion. If you then compare it to a project like Aave, their TVL is about 20 billion. So in general, lending platforms attract far greater liquidity than exchanges, and also it's a huge application that can just generally benefit a lot of people within DeFi. I mean, lending and borrowing is a pretty fundamental piece to any financial system. which is why we think it's very important to have that service on offer for our users at OmniDex.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, DeFi is a really big just driver of, I think, users in the blockchain space in general, right?
Yeah.
So having that on Telos, right, it just gets the economy moving and brings more people over. So yeah, props
Yeah, I
to you.
definitely hope that other networks are gonna, well, other users of other networks are gonna spot this and think, oh, I can earn like 20% on my US dollars. Like let's hop over to Telos and make the most of that.
For sure.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, great for onboarding investors.
Yeah.
I just want to make a quick reminder for anyone who might have showed up late or anyone who might not have participated yet. We're giving away 5 NFTs at the end of this to whoever is able to describe, well, to 5 people who we've chosen from the chat who have been able to describe OmniDex in 5 emojis or less.
Exactly. So drop them in the comments. One of you, it sounds like you have the stream open in the background. So just close your feed as it was echoing through there. But yeah, for anyone, so drop your emojis in the comments. I want to bring up this gooey comment here. TJ, always got your nose to the grindstone. So shout out to you for working hard. Also, a great comment here from B2. Is that Harry Potter with blonde hair? Are my eyes deceiving me? Evan, I think that's directed at you.
I don't think so. I'm not blonde and I'm not British. So
yeah, true. You both have, but you've got the Harry Potter glasses on. I think that's
if TJ had my glasses, I think yeah.
Peter, you've got it could be either of you guys.
Yeah, just blend the two together.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Cross your eyes a bit, guys.
Venn diagram.
Yeah.
Between Evan and TJ, we've got Harry Potter. This is fun. Okay, this isn't an AMA, but we got one more question here. So we'll pull it up, and then I think, guys, drop your last few NFTs. Big Gooey's got a good one there.
Nice.
And we'll go through and pick our favorites, and then we'll wrap. We got one more question here from Brian. Have you considered NFT bonds? That seems to be in line with financial services.
Yeah, so that would be cool. I'm open to that idea, like looking into that. Probably not in the near future, but maybe 6-12 months down the line. Who knows?
That's awesome. Great. Well, I think with that, we should probably go through and pick some favorites. And I apologize. I guess my computer doesn't support all these NFTs, so some of them are coming up as words.
Or all the emojis,
all these NFTs, emojis. In the future, every emoji will be an NFT. No. Yeah, let's pull up some of these. Let's go through and TJ, so where I'm biased, I'm going to get you to pick your favorites here. Can you see them all in the comments?
I can.
Scroll up and shout out a few, and we'll pull them up.
Yeah, so I'd say you've got Hugh, the Big Gooey.
So Big Gooey here. Gooey, congratulations. Sounds like you've been shouted out. And we need 5 emojis there. Hugh, why don't you?
Last minute
left 5 or less. So Hugh, you're good to go as well. We need 3 more there, TJ.
Yeah, so Hugh, the Big Gooey, then Crypto Anarchy.
Beautiful.
Tom, or Thomas, and Shifra. Shifra, yeah, that's it.
Beautiful. Yeah. So again, that was, let's make sure we got 5 here. We got Shifra, we've got Thomas, the Big Gooey.
Yeah.
Hugh. And then Crypto Anarchy. Let's take a moment, Evan. Try to interpret these emojis. Describe them in words, Evan. So we got Crypto Anarchy first.
Okay.
How does this translate to a description of OmniDex to you?
I'm gonna go with all right, let's see. Crypto Anarchy is the brain, the cool, the turtle, right? Yeah, okay. So means we're super cool with our big brains, but we're not in a rush. We're taking it easy. We're making sure everything is right. Basically, slow and steady wins the race.
Slow and steady wins the race. We're making big brain
yeah.
moves. What about you? Congrats,
okay.
Crypto Anarchy, by the way.
Welcome, Crypto Anarchy. Okay, this one. Congratulations, you're doing great. Clapping, thumbs up. We're amazing. Gold star because of all the potential. We're going to the moon. We're going to space, and we're really, really, really happy about it.
I love it. Okay, this one's a fun one. Also, Hugh, this is your first NFT. That's amazing. I love it.
Wow.
So great. Congratulations. Welcome to the club. Big Gooey, this one's going to be fun. Evan, keep it PG.
All right. Okay. So I'm feeling really good, but I'm also sweating because there's so much potential in this project. I'm like going so fast. I'm practically running away from all the bulls behind this project. We're feeling super lucky. And
I think that's my favorite one. We gotta keep let's keep going here. What were the other ones we had? Was it Shifra was one? So go ahead, Shifra.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So what? Wow. So I just can't believe my eyes. I'm reading things I don't believe. I'm sweating because I'm starting to come around on believing them. My mind is blown that I'm just like, this is amazing. OmniDex, crazy amazing. So amazing. It's like, did they make a deal with the devil? I don't know, but good on you guys.
Beautiful. Last but not least, we've got Thomas. I don't have that first emoji. It's the
nor do I.
emoji. But I think we can interpret what that means.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Oh no, this OmniDex is so cute that I want to make a deal with them because of their cutting edge technology. Let's all drink champagne because we're so rich and successful now.
And you brought it home. Way to go. That was fantastic. What did you think, TJ? Do you think we got it summed up?
Yeah, I think Evan nailed it.
Great.
Thanks, gang.
So guys, thanks for joining us, and shout out to our winners. I think we have to distribute these prizes. We know who you are. And for the most part, I think I know most of you from seeing you in the community channels. Here's what I want you to do. Head over to the Telos Culture Telegram group. Jump in there today. Ping me, be like, I was one of the winners, and I'll get in touch with you over the weekend at some point, and we'll figure out the distribution. I do want to shout out the Omni Dojo team. They came in my DMs just this morning and were like, this is super great. We're going to donate a couple NFTs to your community. And so shout out to them for sponsoring, I guess you could say, that little giveaway. And thanks to you, TJ, for coming out. This was lots of fun.
Yeah, thank you guys. That's good.
Yeah. Where can people learn more about your project? Where should we send them?
So you can send them to either the Telegram or you can send them to the Twitter, which is OmniDex1.
Beautiful. I'm going to drop both in the chat real quick. So real quick, guys, we've got our Telegram here. Here is the link to our OmniDex, to the OmniDex site itself. I think we should send people there as well, because if they scroll down to the footer, you can find all these links. And then last but not least, we got our Twitter here as well. So stay in touch with, join all these communities and stay in the loop with everything OmniDex has going on. It's lots of fun. And thanks for joining us, guys. Make sure you subscribe at the bottom and hit the bell notification so you always get notified when we go live. Thanks, TJ, so much for coming out. It was great to have you here.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And thanks so much, TJ.
Real quick, I'm wrapping up this, but I'm headed on another stream, so I got to shout it out. I'm headed over to the Fortis community channel. We're going to be there. There's a sneak peek. I should have said this in our news section. There's a sneak peek at Fortis's staking UI happening at the next hour. That's at 17 o'clock UTC on the Fortis YouTube channel. So join me there after this. It's going to be lots of fun.
You want to drop a link to that too in the chat?
Oh, I probably should if I can find it. Give me a second here really quickly.
Get your plugs in. Awesome.
Yeah, let's see here. But anything else left on your end, I guess, will I find this before we wrap, TJ?
I think it's probably everything, to be honest.
Beautiful. That's great. All right,
Yeah,
here we
please like
go.
to share a bit of news with everyone.
Awesome. So yeah, join that Telegram. Stay tuned with OmniDex, and best of luck to you and everything, TJ. Thanks so much for
Yeah.
coming on and chatting with us.
We'll see you again
Thanks a lot.
soon. All right.
Yeah, hope you can do it again soon.
Take care.
And thanks
Right,
everyone
cheers.
for coming out to check this out. It was so wonderful hosting, and
We'll see you on
looking forward to
Monday.
seeing you all again. Feel better soon, Liam.
I'll try.